All right, spectating Kiki B, who's going to go get free loot. You're welcome from Chad Lannis. I want to go ahead and set up the person that we're going to spectate and commentate Shoutcast to have as much of a chance of winning this game as possible, so we don't have to spectate any additional players. That would have been super useful gear that could have gotten from that forge. But you know what? You're welcome, Kiki B. I want to help you out. You needed a little bit more effort, I'd say, a little more assistance. So you know, just do my community service as a player, as a gamer. I'm just trying to look out, try to help out other players. So there you go, Kiki B. Going ahead and shielding back up, using up his pots here. Has a good amount of pots and remainder, and is crafting even additional pots. Breaking down some useless stuff. Is going to go back and probably loot the spoils of remainder loot there. Very, perhaps you could say a not very valiant choice, not very honorable choice to take a shot off at a far distance at somebody and then just stand around the loot, baiting it out, not even looting the chest that entire time in the house while waiting for that player to come back. But, you know, nevertheless, there's a choice that still, as dishonorable as it is, still wins out the game here. You know, he's now at somehow at 210 essence. Very interesting. It has to be an alpha bug because 200 should be the max essence. You can ignore what's on the top left. On the bottom left is what this player has. 200 should be the max essence, but it seems like Kiki here has somehow the max. Nevertheless, honorable, not honorable. Still, Kiki's in the battle. 17 remaining players. Standing still, very stoic. Going ahead and do absolutely nothing with his newfound loot and supplies here in this game. Can go ahead and maybe even disconnect. Perhaps his game crashed. We don't really know with how little he was moving there, but decides to go with the transparency option as well as the disruption bomb, displacement bomb. Has not yet upgraded his teleportation. Kiki sitting pretty good with an assassin rifle and a shotgun. Both very useful tools, weapons for this game. Almost perfect armor. So we'll go ahead and not go for the chest out in the distance. Interesting choice. The chest can give you a guaranteed gold weapon. He already has his class weapon, but could upgrade to a gold shotgun perhaps. It is good that he's running with a shotgun with the sniper. The sniper is a very long-range option, so having something for a close-range answer in case you get up close and personal. Let's fix myself talking here. In case he gets up close and personal with another player, then he'd have a close-range option. As balanced out, it seems with the essence is at 200 max now, so seemed to be just a little bit of a bug there. Kiki now motioning probably towards that chest. And indeed he is. Off to that southeast or southwest area. It's off the map now, but that just means that it's been there for a while. It doesn't necessarily mean anybody's grabbed it, and indeed nobody has. Gets a gold sword. Interesting choice. I wouldn't dismantle that. Actually, probably myself would go with a gold sword over the shotgun, considering you can have transparency and displacement bombs and the teleportation. If you're good enough with a gold sword, you can certainly get a lot of damage output with that. Nevertheless, Kiki decides that a green quality shotgun is a better option for him. Being very patient, observing the surroundings. Probably texting back his mother, letting her know that he loves her. Something good for children to do. Mothers have gone through a lot, so it's good to take a moment whenever you think about it to just go ahead and send them a lovely text. Just really let him know. Perhaps his mother actually came into his room in that moment to give him a nice refreshing dinner or a nice drink in case he was parched. So he might have just taken a moment to let her know he loves her. Roaming around now. 14 players remaining in this game. 13 not including Kiki. Here's a nearby horseback rider who's stuck on a mountain using the displacement bomb, which doesn't really do anything because he just launches anyway. Kiki trying to find his way up. The problem with assassins, while they're so good in standardized combat, they really struggle with verticality. indeed. And he uses displacement bomb on the other player instead of letting himself get up top. He's disengaging here now, trying to gain some distance. Still on that low ground. It's something that a lot of people are using in mages over assassins, despite both being in the meta. Gets a decent shot off at long range. Not gonna be a lot of ammo, or not a lot of damage, I should say. The other player using the Ferris strat, I like to call it. He's got a turret to cover himself plus a healing totem as an engineer, and will occasionally launch in the air and just rain down grenades from up above. But the other player maybe didn't quite have a grenade launcher. Could have sworn I saw it used earlier. Kiki here trying to gain some distance, trying to get a nice location where he can shield himself back up, perhaps. But then just not doing it. There he is. He just wanted to spectate the area around. Just to really make sure the other player wasn't pushing him. Heals up, doesn't have too many shield pots, so assumes that the 800 over 1042 is going to be enough. Health here. Another player seemed to have died nearby. It looks like that mage might have actually killed that engineer. The mage now returning fire with good accuracy with that rock staff. Kiki was not able to dodge. The other player is going to push on him right now. Really punish the fact that he's weak. Misses the fireball, but it doesn't really matter. The other mage is able to finish off Kiki there. Kiki choosing to take a close quarters encounter against a mage that has a rock staff and a gold quality fireball. That would be up off cooldown every 4.5 seconds roughly. There's 900 damage per fireball, very wide area of effect, very wide blast radius. This player right here, Cooter Intruder. Cooter looking pretty good to win this one. The rock staff is amazing for close to medium range combat, plus that fireball. And then for any kind of long range combat, she has that heirloom rifle gold quality that can pretty much one tap anybody in the game if you get a headshot with it. Gold quality ice block as well for a defensive recovery option, as well as a purple epic quality flight movement, which again, the higher the quality for the ability is the faster the faster they come off cooldown. Just looting around the Jade Gardens here. Decides to not even bother checking the chest there. There's nothing that she'd really ever gain from it. She's at 200 essence max. Perfect gear. Can't get improved at all. Those were not pot boxes, so she can't even top off her shield pot there. And you can only get gold quality rarity from either the drop chest for weapons or from forging them. So, of course, that wasn't a forge. The forge is off to her north. Lands amazing rock shots from a distance. With that opportunity to get that shot, probably would have been better to just use the gold heirloom rifle. She could have one-shot that player, but chooses to use the rock staff instead. The mage man she is. Tries to get shots on. There's actually 3 players in this fight right here. She's getting shot from a distance from a 4th player. She's going to take this opportunity. The other 2 players has come around the corner. She couldn't get the shield pot off. Using her ice block to heal up real quick. Top off. Gold quality, I'll be up again. Uses that fireball, does a lot of damage, and then spraying the rock wand at that distance. Very easy to land shots on the enemy player. Trying to just finish off the chicken. Does land those shots off. Probably take a moment here to shield up. The other player was to her northeast. She can go ahead and use the opportunity. She has cover. Go ahead and get her shield back up. She has plenty of shield pots. That's a good amount of distance from the 1200 total, so she's going to use that for the extra 160. There's another shield. Person right below her gets a good amount of damage. Fireball barely misses. Getting shot by another player. She's trying to escape. She's going to need to try to find an opportunity to get the shield block off. Got more shield pots. Does not get her ice block off in time and gets shot by the other player while trying to use her shield pot. Trying to dodge those shots from the distance as she's in chicken form. Perhaps a order of operations prioritization miscalculation there. Probably should have used the ice block first while looking around her area. That might have actually been a 3rd player off that distance. They might not be able to finish her off. She's getting quite some distance away from those other players. There were 2, maybe 3 in that area. They're probably just going to be distracted by each other. Again, prioritizes a shield pot instead of the ice block. And when hearing another player approach up to her, she tries to commit to the shield pot. And it just simply takes too much time. And this player here, Dane Fortnite veteran coming over to Realm Royale, much like many other players have, really punishing that opportunity. Uses that shotgun at close range, gold quality at that. Very high damage, very fast fire rate. Dane, while being a Fortnite veteran, still standing in the next storm. Interesting decision. He's going to take a lot of punishment from this. If he gets on a horse, he'll be able to outrun it for sure. He'll be able to get in, though, at low ground with no shields. As an engineer, you regain 5 shield per second. Dane doesn't really want to use his levitation if not possible. Doesn't he do it right here, though, because it was a waterfall. Can't ride the horse up there. It would simply take too long to ride the horse up the hill. You can ride the horses up all of these hills, but like you see when you run as well, it just takes a long time. Getting shot by a rock wand, Dane is going to need to find some distance from the person shooting at him to try to get off these shield pots. Though because he recovers shield over time as an engineer, simply running away to create distance is still recovering that shield. It's basically just as good as getting a shield pot off. Dane does not have a shield or a healing totem, but he is rocking the personal turret as well as the Molotov firebomb. Thinks he's kind of protected right here next to this bamboo. So he'll get that shield pot off. Thinking about maybe using another shield pot, decides to do it. He could wait for the shield to go all the way back up to 1200, but it would take quite some time because remember, it's only 5 per second. That'd be about 300 shield there. At quick maths, that'd be roughly 1 minute before you'd be able to get up to maximum shield. That's quite some time in a battle royale. Lurking about, 5 players remaining, 4 players remaining, 3 enemies. Tallow going in on that kill feed there with a throwing axe. So a warrior player very good at getting kills out lurking. We're not sure if that mage is still alive off from that west by southwest area that Dane was getting shot from before. Dane might want to not stand perfectly still. Teleports forward must be from lag. That was not an ability. That must be a lag latency kind of deal. Just wondering why he was staying so still for so long. That must be why. So we're trying to catch up. It's now 2 engineers. The other engineer has the grenade launcher, which is far superior to the shotgun at that range. Oh, but the other player, Mern, that was an engineer, gets taken down by the rock wand from the mage. He's gonna have a hard time getting away from the mage at this range. And then Warrior shows up. All the players remaining in this area. There's a Warrior versus the Mage at close quarters here. Warrior upgrading all of his armor. Tallow, who's going in with his axe before, really good looking for a quality of inventory with his abilities, with his armor, with his class weapons. All epic or legendary quality here. Trying to find where that Mage was. Surely Tallow heard the rock wand being used. Isn't quite sure. Those throwing axes are deadly. 900 damage per axe, and they throw out a pretty solid fire rate. Here's that last mage, gets hit by one of the rocks. Gonna go ahead and shield up really quick. The mage didn't seem to be too ambitious for covering the distance. Baiting his body, trying to figure out what the other player is. Gets a headshot with an epic quality heirloom. That is quite some distance. Covering the distance to try to really finish off this player. Uses that AoE, that passive overtime healing. Gets a hard hit from the mage though. That mage might finish off the fight. Landing some really good hip fire shots from the heirloom. Both players getting some distance from each other, trying to heal back up. No more shield pots for Tallow here. It's gonna look pretty rough. The mage likely is using shield pots of her own, plus the ice block. Trying to find the location of the mage with the axe. Doesn't know where she was. Misses the axes and is taken down by the final remaining player, the mage. Doing a really good job of using the brush to cover her location, so the other players couldn't quite figure out where she was.